evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're watching Republic TV, and this is exclusive with me, Rakshita Mishra. Viewers, we have been tracking what has been happening in Bangladesh for the longest time, ever since the Yunus-led government has taken charge, and there have been multiple reports of atrocities against Hindus, the rising crime rate. We've seen the absolute breakdown of law and order. And in the latest now, we have one of the biggest stories that we are tracking from Bangladesh. The man who is currently heading the interim government of Bangladesh, Muhammad Yunus, viewers, he had claimed a few days back in an interview to a channel, a foreign channel, an international channel, that there is absolutely nothing to worry as far as the state of law and order in Bangladesh is concerned. But there is a human rights report that has completely quashed his claims. Now, Yunus government, what is happening under him is completely exposed. And the Human Rights Support Society has now completely blown the lid off Yunus government's lies on the state of law and order, viewers. I don't have the headline. It's a mode as explosive human rights report outlines shocking details of political violence in Bangladesh. Mizoram Chief Minister Lalduhoma stokes controversy, facilitates signing merger of Myanmar rebel groups in India. Big Republic impact in Bofors case. CBI sends judicial request to the US seeking fresh information on Michael Hirschman. Aam Aadmi Party chief goes for a Vipassana break with a 23-car motorcade. BJP slams Kejriwal for what it calls obscene display of public wealth. And it is the biggest centre versus DMK face-off over the delimitation policy. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin cries foul and fearmongers on the reduced representation of the South. So, viewers, a Human Rights Support Society report has completely debunked the claims made by Muhammad Yunus, who is the chief of the interim government of Bangladesh. Human rights violations have been cited in this report that highlights mob lynching, extrajudicial killings, political violence, child abuse, harassment of women and journalists, and attempts to suppress freedom of speech. And all this while Yunus claimed to foreign media that all is well in the country and that there has been no lapse in law and order of Bangladesh since he took over as the interim chief of the government. That's the latest update we have right now, days after Yunus's claims of a stable law and order situation in Bangladesh. The Human Rights Support Society has issued this report to expose his bogus claims. And Shafiul Alam Nadel, who is a former Bangladesh MP, is joining us on the broadcast. Well, we have seen time and again there have been questions raised on the law and order situation as far as Bangladesh is concerned. We've seen, cases, more than hundreds of murders being reported, rapes being reported. Social media is full of so many reports, the crimes against women, and of course, not to forget the atrocities against the minorities. And now, Mr. Yunus goes out to a foreign channel and says that everything is well. There's nothing to worry about as far as law and order is concerned. That this report has actually, exposed his lies.
Yes. In this report, we show what is the Mr. Yunus philosophy and his character. Yunus has lie in a very good law and order situation in Bangladesh, in the country currently. Worse, even after liberation war, the situation is not too good. But now this one is worse ever, anytime. There is every day killing people, mob, looted, robbery, and abuse to not only children, women, and arrested. So many Awami League followers, Awami League leaders, and Awami League supporters, and minority people. Every day they are attacked by various militant force in Bangladesh. And looks in another statement is Mr. Yunus that Bangladesh currently has excellent relation with India. We know in now Bangladesh and India relation is very low way in any, how can we explain it? And Bangladesh are historically not that way, not to be taken up. We try to, Mr. Yunus and his government, in the international community, human rights, and others, news agency, they shown in the Bangladesh law and order situation is very bad situation. Last night, someone's house in Gulshan, in mob, they attacked the house and looted the house in front of law and order forces, but they did not taken any action. It is not only one situation in every day, in country everywhere. In last night, we have a news 11 robbery in one district.
Mr. Nadel, please, I request you to stay on with us. We'll try and get more details, viewers. We have to understand what really Muhammad Yunus has claimed and what is being now debunked by the report, viewers. If I could just read out what exactly, and I quote Muhammad Yunus in that interview, the statement issued by him, that crime rate in Bangladesh has not increased recently. No reference point for saying crime rate has shot up. This is what was said by Muhammad Yunus. On the other hand, the findings of Human Rights Support Society, 134 murders recorded in February 2025, that is this year, 104 of them classified as political violence, 107 women and children subjected to torture, 6 cases of vandalism reported to the police, 3 attacks on minority communities across Bangladesh. These are the findings that have come to the fore. And I bring in Mr. Shafiul Nadel once again. Mr. Nadel, well, clearly we can see these are numbers, these are statistics that have been now pointed out in this report. But do you have any hope that this Yunus government will in fact mend its ways, or is there any way that these atrocities will stop, because we need more voices to go up against the fast by who's supposed to be a Nobel Peace Prize winner?
Looks, Mr. Yunus is a Nobel winner, but looks in our nearest country, Myanmar. What is the situation of Myanmar? Aung San Suu Kyi, he supposed to kill his Rohingya pupils and other antique peoples. And look, he every time his position in against the people. Now, Mr. Yunus, he is a Nobel laureate. It's a Nobel is a totally politically endorsement. It's not only what is the type of peace he create for country, for nation, for world. She is a economist, and he tried to just microcredit finance. It's how to connect the peace. And look, in this situation in Bangladesh, totally Jongi militant, they promote Mr. Yunus, and every day law and order deteriorate in Bangladesh. There is no citizenship right, there is no freedom to press, there is no freedom to political activism. So, I think we propose his Nobel Prize to withdraw this authority, and we hope in Bangladesh the situation, every corner of people, everybody is now suffering for every day. We hope in in this month. Maybe he maybe kick out from Bangladesh, because the international politics, geographical politics, and he in
Mr. Nadal, in
such
fact,
a
we've seen that
criminal, a
right.
crook.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
He's just like a crook. Looks in. He come from Paris. Then he declared if India don't help him, then he burned out the Seven Sisters. It's not a Nobel laureate speech. Or looks, he come from Bangladesh, and just his position against the our 71 spirit. He pick up all war criminal, he release all junkies, and after look in now this situation, his position against our law and order forces, not only police, rape, even he against the our army, because in our country is in our armies after 71 they have a spirit of freedom fighters, but Mr. Yunus, his every step is against 1971 spirit, and he tried to Bangladesh in a mini Pakistan. But it is not impossible, and I think in Bangladesh people, they cannot believe this way to or Bangladesh, any civil government or army bureaucracy. They protect him and time to kick out from Bangladesh.
Right, sir. In fact, we've seen that this report also highlighted how there was anxiety and fear amongst the common people also. And we've seen right from the time, this so-called interim government that has taken over Bangladesh, we've seen how Hindus have been targeted. We've seen the arrest of former ISKCON priest Chinmoy Prabhudas, who's still in incarceration. And we've seen multiple attacks on temples. We've seen idols broken down. We've seen the vandalism on religious sites that are not Islamic religious sites. And, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, also had urged for the protection of minorities. And right after that, we saw that how a Yunus government minister had in fact said that India is only exaggerating the claims, has only exaggerating about this situation, and it is not so bad.
It's a total lie. He is a complete liar, and he in last 7 months, not only Hindus or Christian temple, in government, behind of every mob crisis, and not only temple or mandir, they attack so many Sufis mazar, and they attack in mosque and madrasa. Those are not believe in Jamaat Islam or Jongi or militant Muslim and Hizbut Tahrir. They are collectively, the mob create in Bangladesh against everybody.
Right.
Who are not supported them, just they try to control them by mob. And they called it mob justice.
Right, sir.
Mob is a totally illegal alliance. It's there is no justice from mob. It's
Yes.
a totally unruly people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mr. Nadel, thanks so much for joining us with your response and with your thoughts on that development coming in from Bangladesh viewers. We continue to track some more stories on This Is Exclusive. Now, the next story that we're tracking is from the Northeast. Now, what we are getting to know is that the Mizoram Chief Minister, Mr. Lalduhoma, has sparked controversy once again. He has urged that the Myanmar's ethnic groups, that the Myanmar-based rebel groups, Chinland Council and the Interim National Consultative Council should now unite. Now, he suggested that this entity, there should be a merger of these two rebel groups who are based in Myanmar, and this unified entity will be known as the Chin National Council. And of course, this move has raised eyebrows as central agencies have flagged concerns over its constitutional implications and potential diplomatic fallout. And the recent merger agreement aimed at consolidating efforts against Myanmar's military junta has drawn criticism for involving a state government in the affairs of a foreign nation. Remember, the presence of Chief Minister Lalduhoma at the signing ceremony has been deemed unconstitutional by legal experts as it violates India's foreign policy protocols that are exclusively under the purview of the central government. Dr. Suvalal Jangu, political analyst, joins us on the broadcast for more. Well, there are concerns, of course, as there are many eyebrows that are now raising on this move of Mizoram Chief Minister. Tell us what implications this could have constitutionally and, of course, also a possible diplomatic fallout.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, actually, the first thing is that it is not an unconstitutional thing, because the Chief Minister was just present and he just welcomed only. And he did not sign. He was not a signatory. There were only 9 signatories, 3 representatives from each group, the Chinland Council and Interim National Consultative Council and the Chin Brotherhood groups. So only 9 representatives they signed. So Chief Minister is not a signatory, so we cannot say that is unconstitutional. And the second thing regarding that their entry, the leaders of these 3 groups of Chin state in Myanmar, their entry in Mizoram, and they were a guest like in Aizawl city. And the Chief Minister just received, even he did not receive them also. And he just met them, and he was just as a courtesy as he was there. So that is one thing.
In fact, sir, as you said that he has not signed, he has signed. In fact, there are, of course, photographs also of that. We just will come back to you. We'll hear the soundbite also coming in on this.
It's just like a two-way traffic. As far as we are concerned, we shall never ever accept the division of our people into 3 countries. This will never be acceptable. And the boundaries are imposed boundaries by the British government. In that committee, we are never represented. We are never consulted. Therefore, it is an imposed boundary. We'll never accept it. We'll never accept construction of boundary fencing in between us.
So, this also somewhere what the foreign experts are saying, that it also violates, the foreign policy rules as well, because somewhere it does look like some sort of, foreign intervention in the affairs of Myanmar.
Actually, there is no such a foreign policy or diplomacy lapse. Actually, the Mizoram advocacy group for peace was like negotiating, was a mediator in this kind of a peace pact. This is a peace pact, and it was signed among 3 parties. It is not like India or Mizoram state is not a part of this. And the peace advocacy group is just as a negotiating only, bringing the 3 groups on the table. So it is not a diplomatic or foreign policy lapse or failure. I don't consider it like this.
But this, by the fact that they have called for unification of rebel groups that are based in Myanmar and to come together and join hands with the groups in India, of course, does raise many eyebrows. Thank you so much for the moment, sir, joining us on Republic TV on that story with your thoughts.